Hello, Hitless Gaming here, with a really fun video with a bunch of people getting excited about world arcs and recent happenings on my Pochven, or not Pochven, but my anti-trig fleets. We're moving our home, and there's a couple things happening, but I digress. This video is, as the title suggests, is going to be about getting ships into and out of Pochven in numbers. We're going to talk about getting a bunch of battleships in and out of Pochven, and or any number of ships that you might want to get in and out of Pochven. This video is what Bjorn B has been using recently to get battleship fleets in and out of Pochven, and is hopefully going to give those who wish to invade Pochven a beachhead to do so. So without further ado, let's go ahead and explain Pochven mechanics. There's, of course, the filaments, which we all know about. You take a filament in or out. There's a bunch of them. What we're interested in is the wormholes. Every single system that exists in Pochven always has a static going to known space in it, and it is the static is that the static side is the Pochven side, the roaming side is somewhere in known space, and a Pochven wormhole will spawn 3 systems away from where the system was originally on .land. And an example is actually, we're going to go to my monitor here. I got some stuff set up. But an example here is the Senda system used to be attached to Shahugan, and the where Senda will spawn is always 3 jumps from its origin. So Shahugan, Tyrion, Circassian, this is a 3-jump line, and this is a 3-jump line, and this is a 3-jump line, but it won't go to perimeter because that Erlen's 2-jump line. However, so it's 3 jumps of its original location is where the static will be. In the very specific case of Senda, which is the wormhole that we're talking about today, this is the most invadable system in the game for Pochven, and will become a hotbed for content over the next few months. Because if you set up a base in Tyrionus, the wormhole cannot spawn in Unpassed Utera or Erlen, because Utera and Erlen are rookie systems. Or no, Serpilla and Utera are day 1 like rookie systems, and so they wanted to make the line from these 2 rookie systems to Jita, perimeter, and then Jita's right here, to be open so that Triglavians wouldn't be in this system. So they disallow the Triglavian wormholes from spawning in these 2 systems, meaning we have a total of 4 systems where the Pochven wormhole can spawn. And once you know this little tidbit of information, Garrus, Tyrion, Shahugan, and Circassian, it is very, very easy to achieve getting into Pochven over and over again. I'm going to show you how to do that. So here I have a scout set up right here. I have 3 more scouts set up on my upper monitor. This one is here in Shahugan. And then I have another one in Garrus, which is Hitless here is in Garrus. And then I have Pointless Agaton is sitting in Circassian, and Michaela Carter is in Tyrannus. And I actually have set up, just for you guys, a really bad scene that's going to be really laggy when I record it, but it shows all the probe scanners, and then we also have a character within Senda as well, in order to show you guys how this ends up coming about. But I have all my probe scanners and everything showing the signatures so that I can show you guys really well. And I know that this scene is incredibly leggy, so let's go ahead and go back to our rolling character here. And this character is a rolling mega. It is designed to roll the wormhole and nothing else. And he's going to go ahead and warp to the wormhole, because we need to collapse a wormhole in order to demonstrate what happens when a wormhole collapses. And that's the point of this video. So as I showed you guys, I have all those scouts out and about. I'm going to ignore all signatures on all of the scouts so that we have no extra signatures here and no included information. So I don't know if this wormhole is going to collapse on 1 mega or the mega going both ways, but we'll find out. So me putting this mega through the wormhole will be simulating a fleet going through. We're going to collapse this wormhole, is what's going to happen. Yeah. Anyways, this system's special again because of the rules that are being preserved. So what we're going to do is I'm going to go ahead and go through this wormhole. If we explain the wormholes, how they work. When you go into a wormhole, it only has so much mass that can go through it. And in the case of all the Julavian wormholes, it is 1 million mass, and they vary by 10%. Every single wormhole does. So it can be anywhere between 1.1 million and 900,000 mass, which is required to kill it. There are 3 lines that you can get. There's actually 4. There's another indicating the wormhole is brand new. But Pochven wormholes don't live longer than a certain amount. So the message that we care about here is the age of the wormhole. If it won't last another day, that means it's at least 4 hours. It'll say that's unstable when there's 4 hours left. And then I actually didn't see what came in. I'm actually on that wormhole, or on this wormhole on the other side, and I didn't see what came through. But this wormhole has had its stability reduced, means that it's been halfway. So this wormhole has between 10% and 50% mass left, meaning it has between 100,000 and 100,000 and 5,500 thousand mass left through. And this is a 200, 300 mega. So it will, if I go through with 300, it could collapse it. And if I go through with 300, then 200, it actually would guarantee to collapse. So I'm actually going to go through this cold to have a higher chance of this ship not collapsing the wormhole. Anyways, that's the mass of it. And normally how a static works is once you rolled the static out, you don't see it on the static, or you can find the probe on the static side, but you can't find it on the non-static side. And in this instance, that rule is reversed. So a Pochven wormhole you can find on the static, or you can find on the non-static side, but you can't find it on the static side, and that's what we're demonstrating today. But basically, we're just going to go ahead and go into this wormhole, and then hope that there's not a camp on the other side. And I am going to go ahead and go in there. Again, I have a lot of signatures on my signature capture screen. It looks like we did not collapse this wormhole going through, and if we show info on it again, it may show that it has been significant, but not to a critical degree yet. It should collapse when I go through here again. And this is what we want. So I'm going to turn on my micro warp drive this time, and we are going to go ahead and collapse this wormhole, hopefully. And when I do that, I'm going to have in my top right corner, which I'll show you guys, a countdown of 60 seconds, and then the wormhole will respawn, and then we're going to go scan it down. Once we get within 4 kilometers, it's 5 or 4 kilometers, we'll go right on through this wormhole, and hopefully we bring it down with us, is the hope. I have all my scanners ready. Or 4,000, 4,500, through the wormhole. We should get a little message right here that says it's collapsed. Oh, don't tell me. Okay, so as you pass through the wormhole, you realize it's collapsed behind you and it's become overwhelmed. It's gone, and you saw that collapsing animation. So here's my probe scan scheme that's not doing so well. And in that corner, we can see this, this cloak timer. It's 60 seconds long, and why this is important is that when this cloak timer is expired, it means that it was 60 seconds ago that the wormhole collapsed. And what we will see is on this one, this is the Senda side. This will disappear, and then on one of these 4, we are going to get a signature at the same time as that little circle going bye-bye, which will happen in just a moment here. 3, 2, 1, and then we'll see that signature disappears. And then we get a signature on Tyrannus, on Michaela. And so we're going to go ahead and go over to Michaela now as a game capture. And Michaela will have the Pochven wormhole. This is one of the 4 systems. And this is going to be the wormhole to Pochven. And we're doing this in real time with no edits. specifically so that you guys can see how this works. This character has poor scanning skills, so mind my poor scanning. Please ignore that. I'm not the best scanner. I never have been, but I've gotten good enough. And then if we notice on this scene here, we have a signature there, but we do not have a signature in Senda yet. And that signature in Senda will not appear until we actually go to this wormhole. And we're actually going to spawn it on screen. I'm going to tell you guys exactly when it's going to spawn. Let's go ahead and finish scanning this down. So as we can see, it's still not visible on the Pochven side, which gives the person that's scanning or trying to bring more ships in or out an advantage because they have the scouts and the locations ready to go. We'll continue running the scan. And then we got one more scan. Again, poor skills, so I didn't get it in 2 cycles. You can get, if you're a good scanner, you can do this a lot faster than I can. And I'm going to go ahead and cloak my ship back up. I'm going to show you guys kind of how this works. So we have the scan. We know that that's the Senda wormhole because it spawned, right? You guys have watched that signature spawn. We're going to go ahead and work within 10. I'm cloaked. And I'm going to go ahead and go back to the probe scanner scene. And we can see in Senda, there's still no thing. And I'm warping to this wormhole right now. And I have to extract the Senda character. And I'm going to do so how I would extract a friend. So I warped to this wormhole. It still hasn't spawned in Senda yet. And I'm actually on it in Michaela. So you can see here, sorry about the low frame rate while capturing 6 different screens specifically. But this is the Senda wormhole. We know it's there. I'm going to go ahead and save location. Wormhole 1 or 2/18. And this is signature JSQ. Okay with showing this. I'm going to put it in the bookmark for 2 days because I may decide to farm this wormhole later tonight. We're going to go ahead and I'm going to go and warp to that undocked perch. Notice I'm still cloaked. This is important. If I decloak right now, it will spawn in Senda. And I'm going to show that on screen. So how this works is as soon as you go to the site, decloaked, it spawns. So go ahead and go back to that scene. And I'm going to hit the decloak button. And we should watch it spawn momentarily. Because I decloaked, it spawned. I'm going to go ahead and work to my undocked perch before I die. And then that signature should appear in Senda any moment now. It'll probably take about a minute for it to happen. But we can go ahead and view the Senda character here. Character sitting in Senda is right here. And that still hasn't spawned. My understanding is it spawned once it spawns on this side, but I appear to be wrong. It may not spawn until somebody actually warps to it. So I'm going to go ahead and warp to that bookmark here. We're going to see what happens. But this is science for me as well as you, just a little bit. I haven't done this much of a demonstration for myself. And my understanding is that it spawns on the Senda side as soon as you land on it or land on the beacon decloaked. But I decloaked on the beacon and it didn't spawn. So I'm coming in. I'm landing on the beacon right now. And I'm going to go ahead and go into the wormhole. And since I went into the wormhole, it spawned at the moment that I went into the wormhole. So you can warp to this, and it won't spawn onto the Pochven side until you actually go into it, which is really useful. So now that that's there, I'm going to go ahead and go into my fleet. And I should be able to go fleet chat, and this is the character here, and we will fleet to member. And then I'm actually going to throw that guy back out of the wormhole. And yeah, that's how you would quickly locate a Pochven wormhole. It's really simple. And with the ability to immediately locate a wormhole like that, even if this wormhole collapses, I can very, very quickly get myself back into Pochven or extract further friends at that point at a very rapid rate. Without worrying so much about mass. It takes about a minute for another wormhole to spawn, plus the time to scan it, and then you'll have sufficient mass to go through. If you like this video, make sure you go down below, like, comment, and subscribe. You have something to say about my beard? let me know in the comments. Some of you guys love it, some of you guys hate it on the Twitch stream so far. I'd love to hear what you YouTube guys think about my beard. And if you want to see me live, make sure you follow on Twitch and you keep an eye out for future videos. And good luck and happy hunting in Pochven. I would love to see more battleship fleets roaming in Pochven. So that's why I made this video. Fly fun and enjoy your time in EVE Online. Continue bringing each other up.